Shopping.io, or SPI, has been the center of attention for crypto YouTube this whole past month, since some of the biggest content creators on the platform have been promoting it. And this, of course, is no surprise since we saw a huge price increase from just about a couple of cents all the way up to about $10. And then this happened. Wow. So today I'll be going over what Shopping.io is, what the token, SPI does, touch on the legitimacy of the project itself, and as well just give you guys my personal experience since I have actually used their platform before. And also I did want to add that when I say that these other crypto YouTubers were promoting them, I mean a good amount of them were actually being sponsored by Shopping.io. So today I kind of just wanted to give you guys my more unbiased review of what Shopping.io is and how it can contribute to the crypto space as a whole. So let's get into it. So what is Shopping.io? Well, it's pretty simple. It's a website that allows you to purchase your everyday goods, like toilet paper, remotes, maybe even phones, all from either Amazon, eBay, or Walmart using crypto. Now, but to be specific, they're essentially just a website that allows you to purchase things that exist on those other different websites I mentioned using crypto. So you're not going strictly through Amazon like, me connecting with Amazon. You're connecting to Shopping.io. Shopping.io is then connecting to Amazon, and they're buying it for you and shipping it to you, just to be clear. They actually mentioned at some point in their About Me section that the people who made it were actually some drop shipping veterans who I guess used to do drop shipping quite a bit. Of course, that has fallen out of favor since you can't really make that much money out of it anymore. But turns out they found another way to make money out of it, and boy, were they right on this one. So simply how it works is you make an account. They don't ask for any KYC or anything like that. You go to the search and you just type in whatever you want to find. And you'll also have to click on one of the tabs depending on which site you want to be searching. So, for me, and I'll go into my experience as well near the end of the video. But for me, when I was searching on there, for the most part, I found everything that I was trying to look for on Amazon or eBay. I didn't really use Walmart or the other one. I don't think the other one ended up working. But something I did want to bring up about this is that, the point of crypto and blockchain is to cut out the middleman. In this case, financial institutions, right? The point of using Bitcoin is to say, all right, I don't need you, the bank, to store my wealth. I have Bitcoin. I can own my own private key. I'll be directly responsible for it, right? In this case, it's kind of funny because these guys are doing the opposite. Although I know it's completely unrelated in terms of like what the middleman is in this case. It's just funny that these guys are acting as the middleman. The people connecting crypto, and they're allowing us to spend crypto on these legacy platforms, which is, I think it's awesome, to be honest. I think the idea is great, but it's just funny how it's like, the main point of crypto or blockchain is to exit, to get the middleman out of there, so it's just direct, whereas Shopping.io does kind of the opposite, which is funny. I just thought I'd point that out. But let's go into the token itself, SPI. Now, really, the only use for the token in this case that I could find is essentially just their pricing model. Think of it as like a form of a tax for their service that they provide, which is always a good way to drive demand for your token or whatever it is. But in this case, they say here that if you become an SPI token holder, you'll earn up to about 10% of your entire purchase, off your entire purchase, on those major platforms like Amazon, eBay, Walmart, etc. And then, of course, they have a whole bunch of other stuff as well, like international shipping you get, access to VIP exclusive token drops and giveaways, all that stuff. So when they first actually started, they only had about, I think it was 2 or 3 different pricing levels. I think that was actually before the price of the token skyrocketed. It was when it was a couple cents. So the free one has always been there, no discount, free shipping. It's pretty much like it's pretty much just like a regular platform where you'd buy and sell stuff. But it looks like they have a 20 order limit per month. And I guess that's really going to be where the SPI token comes into play, where it's if you do want to order more, like you have to actually buy more. Or I guess you could just make another account. Awkward. You can be a supporter, which means you'll have to have a minimum of 1 SPI. You get discounts across all orders. And of course, every holder of 1 SPI is entered into an RNG raffle to win $100 in SPIO, which is going to be another one of their tokens. Free shipping to the US and 30 order limit. So really all you're getting there is discount across all orders and an extra 10 items to buy per month. And then as you keep on going up on the ranks, it's pretty much more or less of the same stuff, just more amplified. Actually, I'm looking now, the supporter is actually 1% discount, which isn't the greatest, but it's still 1%. But the advanced is going to be, you get access to the VIP Telegram group. That's the next noticeable thing. And then the Pro is going to be where you get that 10% discount. And of course, you get access to that VIP Telegram group as well. I'm not sure what that VIP Telegram group entails, but I'm sure it's just like people, talking about the price of it. But not only that, they also have a SPI.club over here where you can go ahead and stake your SPI, as you can see. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and read off what you see over here, because this is actually a very interesting thing that they're doing here. And I'm going to relate it to something. SPI Club is a stable, gamified staking system that allows you to stake your SPI. Upon staking, you will lose 10% of your initial staking investment, which means that, let's say you want to throw in $100 worth of SPI, immediately they take $10 of that, 10%. And then upon exiting, you will also lose 10% of your exit staking investment. So, and this does not include dividends earned, which you can withdraw at any point in time. So although, over time you'll earn dividends, let's say in that $90 that you put in, technically it was 100, but they took out 10. The dividends you take out, they're saying that there's no exit fee on that. But then again, once you take out that $90 again, you're going to be taking another 10%. So assuming you were to put in about $100, you'd probably end up coming back out with $81 after all said and done, right? $10 in, $9 out. So this is actually something I think that they take from, I think it was Hex or Token. I'm not really involved in either of those, but I remember seeing some videos about that. It's the point of it is to incentivize people to stay in the platform and not to, it's pretty much to lock their tokens up and provide value to the network, essentially. By provide value, I mean it's lock their tokens up so that they're not buying or selling any, or really so that they're not selling it. Which, I mean, it's interesting. I'll say that. I don't know if I would do that if I had any SPI. To me, that's 10% fee is a lot. I wouldn't even want to touch it. But that's why they say the staking system is stable. I'm going to read the disclaimer below. Long-term holding of SPI and SPIO. If you were to own 0.027% of the current pool allocation, you would earn $27 from a weekly $100,000 Uniswap fee reward drop. It is unlikely to make up that 20% of the enter and exit fees in a short period of time. So they say it right there. It's very unlikely that you're going to make up that 20% fee, which adds up to the entry and exit fee, in a short period of time. So, they say that long-term holding is highly recommended. It's kind of funny how this kind of made it on over to the DeFi space. Because again, Hex and I think Token had been doing this for a while. But personally, after reading it, I wouldn't do it if I had SPI. I currently don't, to be honest with you. But I don't know. I wouldn't want to risk putting my SPI in there and then when I want to sell it, having to lose 10% again. I wouldn't do it personally, but that's just me. So now the real question, are they legitimate? Now, I'm not going to be doing any kind of crazy detective work here, but what I did do was go ahead and take a look below, because you can see that they're actually a US-based company. And if we look down here where it says AZ Express Retail, you can actually take a look, and I think I actually already copied and pasted most of this stuff. And when I go ahead and take a look at their incorporation in Delaware, because they mentioned down there that they're incorporated in Delaware, you can find their incorporation statement here. They were incorporated back in, April of last year, by a company called V Corp Services LLC. So it looks like a different company actually went ahead and registered that information for them in this actual database. Now, when doing some more research on that, I did some more research on the actual LLC itself, and looks like these guys specialize in industrial services, which is kind of weird. But as you can see, they also offer tax filings, amendment, corporate seal, and other legal solutions. So what that means is when you're filing as a business, I know a little bit about this because I'm involved in doing so. You need to have someone as like a point of contact, or pretty much like a physical location where for some reason someone has an issue, like you can contact that location or you can go there, for example, right? Like as a customer. In this case, they didn't want to do it themselves, it looks like, so they had V Corp Services do it for them. So that's why you'll see that this company, although these guys, V Corp Services isn't affiliated with, Shopping.io, they actually filed this stuff for Shopping.io on their behalf. So they're essentially like their contact agent, I guess you could say. But you know, after doing that research, I went ahead and looked at the team. This is their white paper, of course. And one thing I love to do as well is look at LinkedIn's. And as you can see, we're actually on the LinkedIn of Arbel Arif, which is the owner of Shopping.io. Looks like he's located in Israel, which I just noticed as well. Whew, my man. You know, this is just some stuff I like to do in terms of looking at, like, you know, the background of people who are actually in the project. Do they have a LinkedIn? Are they legitimate? Are they even a human? Because there are plenty of times where there are people who are literally just coming up, like literally just making things, taking a picture from Google and posting it as themselves. So I do like to see like a face behind, you know, the project. Sometimes, you know, if it's a company, there has to be a face behind it. Obviously, for some of the more anonymous projects, you know, there really doesn't have to be. Now, in terms of my experience with them, you know, I went ahead and ordered, you know, a couple things on there. You know, some stickers. I think it was like a battery or two for my camera, and whatnot. And you know, I ordered it the same day. They think they went ahead and placed the order for me, and then they sent me a note or an email with a bunch of my shipping details. Pretty much, turns out they had shipped like the same day because it's Amazon. I mean, come on, let's be honest. I ordered it in the morning. I mean, and they ended up shipping it at night. So, you know, I got the shipping, and then I got the stickers here too. I'll show you right now. This is one of the stickers that I got. Like the little Bitcoin sticker. But of course, you know, it worked pretty much flawlessly. It was like one or two things that I think they had to cancel because, you know, the order, I guess they ran out of stock or whatever. I don't know. But I was like, okay, cool. I gave them my Ethereum address, and they sent me back my Ethereum in return. But I'll be honest with you, what really concerns me about a Shopping.io isn't what they're doing with, like, being the middleman. Because honestly, I think that's needed, to be honest. I think we needed something like that, like this, because there really wasn't anything that existed like this. The only thing you could buy with your crypto before was on Overstock and Newegg.com. And I bought things on both of those websites before. But to me, what the real issue here is like the logistics of it all and how it ties into the blockchain and how they use their tokens. Literally just a bunch of people either in a warehouse or someone's house placing orders as people throw them crypto to buy certain things, right? I mean, that's really what it is. You know, rudimentally, that's what it is, right? You place an order. Like, for example, I want to buy a sticker. They get the order in there. Like, they get the order in their system, and then they go ahead and buy it. You know, like when you buy something on their platform, you're not buying the item directly from Amazon. You're buying it on their platform. They're seeing it because they got the crypto, and then they're buying it. You know what I mean? It's not like an automatic thing. So please keep that in mind. So in that case, it's not exactly permissionless. Number two, you know, they don't charge tax. I placed an order, and I was not charged tax for anything. I mean, I'm not complaining about it, but who's paying the tax then? I mean, I guess they have to pay the tax since they're the ones placing the order as well. So are they losing money on the tax? I don't know, just something I thought I'd bring up as well. But, you know, the other thing is that, you know, like, how sustainable is it, right? How sustainable is the business itself? You know, right now it works because I would assume not that many people are, you know, actually buying things in their platform. I think more people are buying the token than actually using the platform. But when they need to keep on scaling, getting bigger and bigger and bigger, like, how sustainable is that business model? You know what I mean? Like, how many people will they need to have on call placing orders? I mean, that's honestly the easy part, right? I mean, I would honestly think the harder part is dealing with the legality behind all this stuff. Because at some point, I saw in their white paper that they mentioned they want to offer some sort of bounty, which is a no-no. If anyone from SPI is watching this video, if you want to do any type of service, if you want to do any type of services in New York or anywhere else, I mean, especially New York, I don't know about anywhere else, but anywhere that has to deal with the SEC, stay away from bounties, okay? Stay away from doing any type of bounties, because when you do a bounty, that essentially constitutes a sale of securities. So yeah, stay away from that, brother. I will give you guys that. Do not go that route. But yeah, so, you know, a lot of my concern is really just, you know, legality behind all this stuff, because I'm not being charged tax. They mentioned something about a bounty. And even the system that they have currently in place, I don't know how legitimate that is in the eyes of, you know, the government. But I know a lot of people aren't going to like hearing what I'm saying in terms of the government and all this and SEC. But you have to realize, if they're an incorporated company, for that token to be worth anything, they need to keep running. If their website goes down tomorrow, the SPI token is worth nothing. Okay, that's kind of the other reason why I don't have any SPI, because to me, it's like I mean, is it truly decentralized? No, it's not. It's really not. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, because none of this is tied to the blockchain. The only thing that they have blockchain related is a token that's pretty much a tax that they pretty much use as a tax or some sort of a subscription for their website, which is cool. I mean, it's a way for them to raise capital as well, I'm sure. I mean, they said that they don't have any, there was no pre-mine, but, you know, otherwise, what's the point of having, those SPI subscriptions, right? But there's that. And the other thing, too, is that, again, as I mentioned, I don't know, I just can't assume that they have a lot of people using their platform quite yet. I really can't. Although their token has blown up in price, it just seems like the actual product itself is the website, and not the token. You know what I mean? Like the token is essentially just a tool for the website to keep running, and for them to keep going, essentially, because it's not worth it unless they're getting paid, and they're clearly getting paid in the SPI token when people subscribe for certain subscriptions. Like literally, if someone subscribes for the for like one of the advanced tiers, at this point in time, they're getting over like $8,000. You know what I mean, for that one subscription, which to me just is not worth it. It's like, unless you're buying a lot of stuff and you don't plan on being audited, okay, that's different. But you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a lot of money. And to me, it's way too many potential risks for me to own any SPI personally. I mean, if you have any SPI, shouts out to you, brother, because it has blown up quite a bit. And maybe it will keep on blowing up. I don't know. I mean, I like the platform. Like I said, I think, if anything, as the bull market keeps on going, if I need to, cash out a tiny bit here, buy something small here or there, like another little cup, then I'll definitely do it. Because I think it's really cool. Like it's very useful. It provides a value, which is what I love. But again, the main thing is that to me, it doesn't really tie into like blockchain. It really doesn't. It's just a website with a token. That's all. That's really all it is at the end of the day. I mean, to be brutally honest, you know what I mean. But that being said, let me know what you guys think down below. I mean, am I completely wrong? Did I miss anything that was really valuable and pertinent to the video that I should have included? I don't think I did. I was looking around and I couldn't really find anything else. And not to mention their Twitter account is just them talking about the price all the time and talking about people talking about them. So you already know I'm not a fan of projects that do that. I'm more of a fan of projects that talk about the tech, because at the end of the day, if you're building, if you're truly building to Web3, if you're truly building some good quality product, that's what you'll focus on. Not really that everyone else talking about you. It just seems like a I don't know, like an ego move of some sort. But anyways, let me know down below. Again, what do you guys think about shopping.io? Have you used it before? Did I miss anything? Whatever it is, throw it down below. And throw your boy a like if you appreciate the content I'm providing, as well as subscribe if you are interested in seeing more crypto-related videos. Thank you guys for watching the video. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one, all right? Peace.